Have we started the fire?
Yes, the fire.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry that we are a few minutes late, but this is the ACS Universe, and we have quite the show in store for you guys tonight. So without further ado, let's go! Woo! All right, hope that got everybody hyped. Before we get any further into the show, I'm going to bring on the rest of the panel. What's good, everybody?
How you doing?
It's going great, man. How are you tonight?
I'm hyped. If you can't already fucking tell. All right. So yeah, like I said before in the Twitter post, we're going to talk about a few things tonight. Most notably, we got my boy Sean down there talking. It's the 3rd year anniversary of the hashtag Release the Snyder Cut, and we're going to talk about that a bit too because that's kind of a big thing. Right. We're going to start with Ryan. Introduce yourself.
Hey, what's going on? My name is Ryan. You can find me at Zeeverfett. I do movie reviews and film reviews, but those are the same thing. Also television reviews, and I hang out with this guy a little too much, rubbing off.
Yeah,
on
probably.
So
yeah,
let's go.
Oh, and 2 newcomers, first time on ACS Universe. You know what that means. Y'all will be catching gifts from me for coming on the show. But let's start with you, Sean. Introduce yourself.
Yeah, well, Sean is my Irish name, but my nickname is the Viking.
Yes.
And yeah, the Viking. It's a little bit cooler than Sean. There's a cool backstory.
My nickname is
well,
the Destroyer.
Yes.
But yeah, I do a YouTube channel as well. It's called Movies That Matter, and I just talk about movies and because I love them and reviews and all that stuff. That's basically what I do.
All right, and another newcomer, Allie Brooks. Introduce yourself.
Hi, yes, my name is Allie, but my Twitter and YouTube channel is Superhive.
All right, so let's get the show started. We're going to bust through the comments. There's a lot of them. Let's see. Ray Ray's Collection, what's good? Yes, the fire. Jacob, what's good? The fire rises. Master of None, Brian. I might send you a link, man, if you want to jump on. Yes, let's go. The fire. There's a trend here. Nerdy, who's not with us. He's on vacation right now.
He's in Vegas, but what is he doing? He can't gamble. He can't drink. What's he doing?
Ryan is taking over Happy Chat Monday, by the way. I hope you're prepared for that. Hey, what's good?
That guy's always good.
Yes. Oh, they're conversating. Why not? What's good? What's good? Why not is fire. He makes some.
Gonzalo's awesome.
Yeah, Gonzalo. We're gonna be dropping that tomorrow. By the way, that fire that you made for me. I'm feeling fire. Yeah. Matias, what's good? What's good? Why not? Says Buenos. Look, why not? A bunch of fire in the chat. Yo, what's with the lateness? Son. You know how much older I am than you are? Dawson. Yes, the fire rises. Yes. Why not? Do not cool line. Be saying when you're gonna have to take a play. Right. That's fair. Let's see. TW, what's good? Let's go. Yes. Rasha, what's good? Thanks for coming. Oh, someone give ACS a watch for Christmas. Okay, I could take that. We were late. Why not?
In all fairness, it was kind of my fault. So.
No, it was ACS's fault. It was his fault.
Yeah. I was. Yeah, y'all saw me beforehand. I wasn't ready. How's everyone doing this evening? We're doing great. I think so. Master of None, what's good? What's good? I'm good now. Stop drawing. Yeah, dude draws. It's Sunday afternoon for me. Jesus. That's right, Rasha. Where's she? New Zealand?
Yeah, New Zealand.
Yeah. Master of None just had a bowl of coleslaw. Well, I had cereal for lunch because I was too lazy to make anything else. Okay, y'all talking about food. Dr. Fate, what's good? He said, what's up, ACS? Let's see. Master of None cereals, any meal? Yeah, cereal's fire. Black Lightning, I don't know. Did it?
Did it?
I don't know.
I don't know. It did?
Oh, man.
Season 4 is its last.
Oh, man. CW.
Okay.
That's right. That sprinkles and bam, dessert. Jesus Christ, Dawson.
Man, he's such a troll. Get him out of here. He's such a troll.
Let's go, chickens. Hey, what's good, McLovin? Nice. Dawson Roger sounds like my kind of day. TW, let's go. Fear Jason, let's go. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, Jason made some fire for me. Some fire for me today. I posted it on Twitter. Neon Sci-Fi says made it on time. I didn't, so here we go. Fire. Sickness was good. Sickness is in the house. The master of none. Let me find. Moves the man. Yes, there we go. Dr. Fate says you're God of War in Ethiopia. Master of none. Fire. We love you, Sean. Yes,
Thank you.
We do.
Love you too. Love you too.
All right. She says, "Hey everyone, Ray, Matthias says about yes, she's finally made it onto the show. I'm trying to catch up on this chat. It's ridiculous right now. What's up?
You're a very popular guy.
Double MJ, what's good? It's ending after season 4. Okay, that's what he just said. We'll get into that. Fear Jason, what's up? All right, TW, I feel bad that if you do run late, let's go means. So how you guys doing, man? It's Saturday night. We're just hanging out. You guys new to the show. I don't do interviews. I'm not that person. I just like to hang out with people for a while. So you just come on and we'll chit chat about some stuff and let whatever happens. So Viking today was big. Well, tell us about today, man, and tell us like where this thing, like when it originated from, and like like getting it from that point to today, where you could like retweet about it and say, "Yo, this is it, man. It's big."
Yeah. So today is the 3rd anniversary of hashtag release the Snyder Cut, and I was the first person to tweet it, put in a hashtag, and put it out into the world. And so, yeah, today was kind of just a celebration to put it back on the timeline and say, it's been 3 years, look where we were, look where we are now. And I also wanted to use that as an opportunity, hopefully as kind of like a mini event, to use the kind of anniversary to also promote AFSP and the donation link that Zack Snyder set up for autumn. So actually a lot of people shared it today and they put the link out there as well. So that was great. But the origin of the hashtag, I suppose, was a few days after I seen the theatrical cut of Justice League. And look, I went into Justice League. I was expecting a little bit of Zack, a little bit of Josh Whedon, hoping that the two of them would come up with a good film, you know. Yeah. And I was wrong. And look, I was in denial after I see the film. I thought maybe Zack didn't get to finish his film and Josh Whedon did the best job he possibly could. That's what I thought. But at the time, online discussion was going on. I went back and I looked at the old trailers and I was like, that scene wasn't in the movie. And then I thought, well, Zack Snyder, he has a director's cut of Watchmen. He has a director's cut of Sucker Punch. Hell, there was 30 extra minutes of Batman v Superman. So there has to be a director's cut of Justice League. And a few other guys were talking. Carlos Digital, if you might know him on Twitter, he was talking about it as well. There has to be a Snyder cut of this. And then on the 21st, I just tweeted hashtag release the Snyder Cut. It took off then, Fiona, then loads of other people, and it just turned into this huge, small thing, but then huge thing. And today was just a celebration of saying, well, look how far we've come, and we get to see the film in 2021. That's all. So it was good.
You gonna celebrate it next year?
I don't know. Maybe I think I'll just talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League maybe next year. Just celebrate the movie. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So Ryan, dude, how did you enter the movement? Was it because of the hashtag or?
I had heard about the hashtag. Okay, so I take my sons to the movies, every time. Like I'm going to the Wonder Woman movie in theaters. Mm-hmm. I'll watch it at home, but I'm going to go to the movie because I want to see it's a big spectacle. I want to see it on the big screen. So we did that for every movie, whether it was, Man of Steel, BVS, and we even saw Justice League in the theater because, just like, the Viking was saying, we thought, hey, it can't be that bad. It's Joss Whedon. They brought somebody else over who was used to working with ensemble casts and things like that, so he could balance it out or whatever. No one knew the behind the scenes and all the problems and issues and the flipping, kind of people that were there and what they did to the property and what they changed and made it into sort of a Frankenstein's monster. So we saw it and we were like very underwhelmed. I wasn't doing anything on YouTube as far as like reviews and things like that for this because I'd watched another movie that kind of like took I usually do it with my sons, so kind of took the fervor out of the equation for us, so we weren't really doing reviews on them. So I guess I dodged a bullet with that, because we didn't tear it a new hole, we didn't do anything like that. We're just like, okay, well I guess that's it. So then I kind of heard about the release the Snyder Cut hashtag, and I was like, that's a pipe dream. I was like, that's something that we're just not gonna get. And I said it'd be really cool, but looking at Hollywood and how they do things, they only care about the money, and again with the release of the Justice League, which should have like toppled the market. I mean, this is the Justice League. It's like some people, are familiar with the Avengers and can tell you who was probably part of that group or whatever, but everyone knows the Justice League. Superman and Batman are the most iconic of the two. That's why you have BVS. Wonder Woman is another iconic figure. The Flash is another iconic figure, Cyborg is someone that they, elevated to because he was a Teen Titan or whatever. And he was a super friend as well in the 80s. I remember he was on the TV show. And sort of, they were building this team or whatever that was, super iconic, and you wouldn't have watched the movie and it just kind of sucked. And so I was like, well, I guess we're just going to wait for some reboot, because that's how Hollywood does it. That's what they do. They just, if it doesn't work, reboot it. So
if it does work, they reboot it.
It does work. So then, hearing about this stuff and the goings on behind the scenes, and then Joss Whedon was awarded Batgirl, and then something came out with him about his wife, and then that was stripped from him. And then you started hearing rumblings about, an alternate cut, because of the hashtag, release the Snyder Cut. So I was like, well, maybe that'll fix it. Because again, in my mind, I didn't know that they had reshot 90% of the movie. I thought it was just like, hey, they gutted it. They cut out a whole lot of, what would have made sense. Kind of like BVS, the Ultimate Edition. They gutted it. And a lot of things in the theatrical release didn't really make a lot of sense. There wasn't that connective tissue. So I thought it was kind of the same thing with the Justice League. I was like, well, maybe they'll add the extra, 30 minutes, an hour, however long, and give us something a little bit better. But the further that we went along hearing about it, the more that wasn't going to happen, because that wasn't what happened. It wasn't just a matter of doing a couple reshoots here and there, and then they released the movie. They reshot 90% of it, so it was a completely different movie. And so I'd listen to Chris Wong, or I'd listen to other people on YouTube, and I was like, man, it's a pipe dream. He had his little tinfoil hat or whatever that he used to wear or talk about before he actually got a real tinfoil hat made out of aluminum. And then I think they shelved it. But then anyway, I kind of moved beyond that a little bit, and just refocused. And I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll watch Shazam and Aquaman 2 and Wonder Woman, 84 is going to be coming out. And that's where my focus will be, on the future. So then, on, what was it, last year, 2019, when Ben tweeted out, release the Snyder Cut. I was like, wait a minute. Ben has so much pull. It's one thing for like Ray to do it, or Ezra if he had a online presence, or Gal, or hell, even Henry. But for Ben Affleck, who is just this iconic, and he has this huge actor to release that, or to put that out there on his social media, just to backing something like that. I was like, wait, there's something to this. And then hearing other things about how he screened it, and in front of the Warner executives, and he got a call from Toby Emmerich, and that was all rumor speculation. It wasn't, for me, it wasn't until Victor Koo actually won the contest. I was like, there's no reason for Zack Snyder to hold a contest for nothing. I was like, you're gonna make all these artists. I didn't submit anything at the time because I wasn't aware of the contest, but you're gonna have all these people, show their love, dedicate time to it, just to say, hey, thanks a lot, thanks for participating, and maybe Victor would get a T-shirt or something, or a poster or something, really cool like that. I was like, no. What I saw and what they were doing, I was like, that was something else that was like, that's the thumbnail in my mind. I was like, that's the thumbnail that you're going to get on HBO Max. Because I was like, they commissioned that artwork almost, but it was a fan kind of effort. And that's kind of what Zack does. He doesn't go through the normal channels. And that's why, he is sort of weighing on the leaning on the fandom in this sort of thing, because it's kind of like a cohesive process. It's kind of like a symbiotic relationship. We're doing this for you, you're doing this for us, and forget the trades, forget everything else that's going on, that the normal channels that people of that stature would actually go through. So I got more and more excited, and I started reaching out to people on YouTube, and I was like, and I got into making videos again, and we started doing broadcasts like this, and really talking about it, having fun, with the community, and that's it for me. That's where I am now, and I see, what we're doing, and we're getting this thing in May, and I'm pretty excited to see it finally.
And Allie, your thoughts, and how did you get into the movement?
Yeah, well, I obviously fell in love with Man of Steel and BVS. And so when Justice League was coming out, the hype was, through the roof. And then when Zack had to leave and Joss came on, I was nervous about that because of what happened with BVS. But then I was like, no, there's no way they're going to do the same thing. There's no way they're going to make the same mistake. Little did I know they took that and ran with it in the opposite direction. But I was so looking forward to Justice League. And then this whole time they just had us convinced that this was still going to be, Zack's movie. And they were just pushing this narrative. So I was like, okay, maybe it's not going to be as bad as everyone's saying.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Even after I watched it in theaters, I was like, I was just trying to convince myself that I really liked it. And I was like, there were a couple things about it that I did like some parts of it. But then I think just over the next few days, and like Sean was saying, when you start thinking about the trailers and all the stuff you were looking forward to seeing, it was not there. And then some other stuff was changed that you wanted to see and that you're looking forward to in the trailers. And so at that time, I had already had my channel, and I was on involved with the fandom on Twitter. So then I started seeing the hashtag, and I was like, that's yeah, that totally makes sense. But I didn't realize that it was gonna, so I started tweeting it and stuff like that, but I didn't realize that it was gonna just take off the way it did. And then the more it grew, and it just kept gaining momentum. And so I just, was keeping up with everything that was happening with, it was crazy just to see how much it grew. And last year, I think, was when it became this worldwide thing. That's when I was starting to think okay, maybe this is going to happen sometime in the near future. Because before that, I was trying to be optimistic, especially when Zack would share pictures and stuff. And I know all this stuff was getting leaked, and all this information that was, this was supposed to be in the movie, this was supposed to be in the movie, storyboards, all this stuff coming out. It was frustrating. But then when Zack would share something, or he would respond to fans' questions, I was like, that would kind of help me stay optimistic. But like I said, last year, November 17th, I was like, wow, this has to be happening. Like, the cast members are talking about it. Well, more of them. Jason Momoa and Ray Fisher kind of always were, but more of them were talking about it. I mean, other celebrities, like food chains, like all these, I mean, it was crazy.
Yeah,
you know, Subway and all these places. And so that's when I think that's when my like optimism kind of went up to the next level and was like, there's no way this can't happen. But I didn't think it was going to turn out to be like 4 hours. I just thought we would get like what he would have put in theaters finished, you know?
Yeah.
So turned out to be even better than what I expected we would have got if it ever would have came out. So it's been awesome to see how this whole thing has played out.
That's why I hate to see them, you know, people out there who are like, oh, the fans should be mad. They're not getting what they asked for. No, we're getting more than we asked for, and it's fucking amazing.
Yeah, exactly.
So for me, the movement, I went and saw the movie like the Thursday opening, and you know, was like a lot of people where I was like, yo, that was good, right? That was good, and not like fully processing like hope is like your car keys. Yo, what is that? But after you process it a little bit, and you start to say, wait a minute, there's no way. Like what happened? The color grading was all off, and it was just like you guys said, a lot of the stuff from the trailers was just not there. And then you're like, so for me personally, it was, you know, I just went along with whatever, and I saw the hashtag start popping up a lot of places, and I was like, so is there a Snyder cut of this shit? You know what I mean? So it was a while before I started using it. It was the next year before I got really into like using the hashtag release a Snyder cut, because I was like, yo, like Ryan was saying, that's a lot of money that the studio would have to put into doing something like this to get the finished product out there if there is indeed a Snyder cut. But then you know, the Snyder Con happened. When Snyder Con happened, that was a big step, because Zack Snyder was like, yeah, I have a cut, it's done. And then obviously the video that came out about his you know, after they watched BVS and somebody asked him about his what was his plan, and he went and told it, and it was the, you know, the scary idea, and you know, it's like Batman kills, it's like, yeah, wake the fuck up, like all of that stuff, like all of that stuff, like just made like it's stronger in my mind, like, yo, this, you know, this is a possibility. If enough people can get behind this, then we could possibly see it. Allie bounced. But if enough people
She's
get
like, I don't
it,
like your story. No. She'll be back.
yeah. But if enough people gets behind this, then this could possibly happen, because there's I mean, obviously it's done. Then obviously Zach, you know, in traditional Zach fashion, Zach posts pictures, fucking the film reel canisters. Does it exist? Of course it does. All of that stuff. And then so at that point in time, you're just constantly tweeting it out whenever somebody wants to have an event. And even when there's just, you just wake up in the morning. I used to wake up in the morning and be like, yo, Warner Brothers released a Snyder Cut. But then last year, November 17th, Jesus Christ, it was ridiculous when just how many people were putting it out there. And then you like, yo, this is trending like big time. And so, yeah. So, and obviously we got it this year. I got you, Viking, when you say next year, just talk about Zack Snyder's Justice League, man. We're yeah. No more celebrating. So this is the official last anniversary celebration of the hashtag. Or are you gonna look back on this in like 10 years and be like, yo, I started some shit?
It's just cool for me, because like, I'm a fan, and to see last year that Ben Affleck was tweeting it out, and then Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa, like people were saying, oh, Viking, you're looking for the clout and stuff like this, because I was saying, oh look, Ben Affleck tweeted the tweet that I put out there first, but like I love these actors, you know, and like for me to see this is just unbelievable, and I loved it so much. It was brilliant. It was a brilliant day.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool. I can completely understand that. In that, you know, I wasn't even looking for Ray to retweet, you know, the shirt thing that I did. Oh shit, let me show it. I put this, and this also goes to AFSP.org. All the proceeds go to it. So yeah.
I got one.
But yeah, no, I didn't, I was like, okay, well, I mean, eventually he'll see it. I'm collecting, pictures from, everybody that's gotten a shirt or whatever. And I was going to send it to him, just to make him aware. But, somehow he was aware of it, prior to, and like, retweeted my original post or whatever. And I was like, dude, yeah, that's freaking awesome, man. For somebody that you admire and you like, and I listen to him and I'm like, hey, I'm on board, to see that. It's like, not, I don't bring it up all the time or whatever, but I mean, it's just really cool to know that, the person that you actually, care about or whatever was like, retweeting what you just did. And I was like, dude, that's so cool. So
yeah, it's awesome because even Clay, I was butchered his second name, Clay Staup, I think, or Staub. I think he was second unit director on Justice League as well for the Iceland shots, or wherever they shot the scenes where Ben Affleck is recruiting Jason Momoa. Even he was talking about it as well. I've interacted with him a few times. Even Greg Davern today as well. He retweeted it out saying 3 years anniversary. He's a character in the Snyder Cut as well. So like it's just cool for a fan point of view, for people that I love and watch on the screen, and for all of us to interact with us, and that's brilliant. Not many actors interact with their fan base like that, and Zack Snyder does it the whole time, and it's brilliant to see. And I think it makes us more invested into the film and whatever, or the TV show and stuff. Definitely.
There you go. Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah,
and I thought that it was gonna be like the Donner cut. Of course, the Donner cut was done for a different reason. They were trying to get the Brando estate to release or allow them to use or reuse the footage and manipulate the actor. But I thought eventually we were going to be able to see it, and it would be just an amalgamation of maybe storyboards, unfinished CG and things like that, but later on down the line. So I was like, I knew this thing was going to come out eventually, but I was not ready or prepared to say, oh wow, we're getting in 2021. I was like, this is just going to be something that we're just going to continue and keep jumping around oh, Gall tweeted it. Oh wow, oh wow, oh Henry's not tweeting. Why isn't Henry tweeting? And just sort of what's going on here? And why won't Ezra get an online presence? And just stuff like that. So I was just like, eventually we're gonna get it. But I was like, wow, when Zach on the Man of Steel watch party revealed it at the end, with Henry on, that and all and everybody else that was on the Zoom call with him, right there, everybody was like, oh damn, it's going down, and then when he tried to play it off well, I can't really, do this and that, whatever, there's a lot of red tape, and then he was like, but I can show you this, and I was like, this is it, and that's awesome. It was so awesome. So I loved it.
Allie, thoughts on May 20th, when you saw Zach flip the screen around.
Yeah. Well, the couple days before that, I was getting excited because there were people on Twitter and stuff don't miss it, you need to watch it. And I was like, okay, this can be big, but at the same time I was like, don't get too excited, because if something doesn't happen, I'm going to be super disappointed. And then if something didn't happen that day, I was going to be like, okay, this is not happening. So it's kind of trying to be super excited, but not 100% with the expectation that it was going to be announced. But then when Henry came on, I was like, yes, something is about to happen right now. But then, what you guys were saying right now, when he started saying, well, if it was up to me, blah, 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 my heart started sinking. I was actually getting sad inside. I was really getting upset. I was like, oh my God, what is he talking about? Stop it. And then Henry's like, I reckon you should just show him. And I was like, wait, show us what? Stop messing around. And then he just likes to be all nonchalant, oh, I can show you this. I have this. And it was awesome. I wish I could have been. If I would have been on that stream with him, those fans that he had, I would have been running around screaming. I wouldn't have been able to contain myself. That's what I was doing over here. So I was like, oh my God, it's happening. Thank you, HBO Max. I just remember when HBO Max, when they started releasing the lineup of, well, even before that, I guess, when we knew there was going to be this HBO Max with all the DC content, immediately people were like, we don't care about it unless we get the Snyder Cut. We don't want the theatrical version of Justice League on there. We don't want that on there. What are we going to pay for that for? We don't even want to watch it anymore. But then when they released the lineup and everyone's sees, just Justice League on there, I just remember everyone was like, I don't care about HBO Max unless we're getting the Snyder Cut. And I think it's cool that they've been like really responsive to fans
Mhm.
since they announced the Snyder Cut.
Oh yeah.
And they,
yeah.
I mean, they hype it up themselves. So I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it was
The
awesome.
engagement's been good. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And it was awesome that I liked that he brought Henry on to do it. I guess I'm still wondering what was his original plan for announcing it? Because I'm guessing it would have been slightly different had it not been for COVID happening. I wonder if he would have got like the whole cast together to do something. I want to know, maybe there still would have been like a watch party, but I wonder if there would have been a little something. I don't know. I just wonder if there was another idea in mind before things kind of had to go just virtual.
So basically, what are your thoughts on that, Ryan?
Yeah. No, I agree.
I put Ryan on the spot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Just to, I don't know. There's a lot to process. I mean,
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Oh shit! You walk right into that. You were expecting.
I was like, maybe the Viking could take this one.
No, Viking, man. Hey, take us seriously on the 20th of May. Like just like your state of mind, like right after.
Yeah, I like as Ali said, like we didn't want to get too hyped up to be let down because that happens so many times before with people letting on.
Last year on the 17th, we thought it was going to be like, and then
it's coming, But there's people out there who make up stuff, say, it's coming, and then you get hyped and it's not, and then stuff like that. But there was something in the air, on the social media air. We could just feel it was going to be announced. The social media buzz was unbelievable. Everyone was so hyped up, and it could not be announced with the way everyone was interacting with each other. And actually, that week was just so positive on the timeline and people interacting with each other.
Yeah.
And then when May 20th hit, and I was like, I actually was enjoying Man of Steel so much, I forgot that there was possibly an announcement coming at the end of it. I was like really into it, and Zack Snyder breaking down each shot, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then like it was over, and then Henry comes on. I was like, oh yeah, we could get the Snyder Cut here. And but I was like, I was literally like saying, oh, it's actually happened. I was so happy and just so excited. And then when he turned it around and you could see the black and white Justice League image coming to HBO Max, it was just a sigh of relief, and just looking forward to the new journey that we're now on.
Yes, that we are all anticipating for next year. And so let me ask you, Ryan, initial thoughts, the trailer, the refurbished, trailer that we got on Tuesday.
Oh yeah, okay. So I love that we got both the black and white version as well as a color version. I do want to watch it in both. Because black and white, your eyes are going to fixate on different things, and when they do the color grading or whatever, they can minimize and enhance different things to sort of like draw your attention in different places, kind of like audio. How you can get it from the left to the right, and just sort of give you that that 3D feel where you can kind of do the same thing with the visuals. So I'm looking forward to seeing that, but also looking forward to seeing in the vibrant, or not vibrant, but his Zack Snyder, quote unquote, like, desaturated sort of form. Because I mean, it's just every shot that he does just looks, beautiful. I mean, it's like he takes every scene, and that's not just a throwaway scene, So I mean, it's congratulations to Zack and Damon Caro and like you mentioned, Stroud. Is that his last name? Stroud?
Staub or something like that.
Staub. Okay. Well, I mean, because everything that they put on screen for Zack, as well as Zack doing it himself, just looks like it could be it could be a still. You take a still, and that could be a paint, or not a painting, but a portrait that that you would purchase or whatever, because it just looks so beautiful. It's very well orchestrated, if you will. So I've loved watching it. Just I don't know. I mean, I want to see it in IMAX. Because that's the format that he shot it in. So I want to have that experience. So whenever I'm available to, or whenever it's available on IMAX, I would love to be at, said event or, in the theater by myself, watching it in IMAX and just, revel in that. Just, hey, this, and again, man, we got 4 hours versus 2 hours 14 minutes or 214 minutes.
Yeah, 214 minutes. Yeah,
214 minutes. I mean, we're getting, like you said earlier, Anthony, and we're getting more than we bargained for, and it's all thanks to, the fans. I mean, some people say, oh, it's thank God that the Justice League sucked, or we wouldn't be getting this. I'm still saying it could have been just like the Snyder Cut. We would have eventually gotten Snyder's version or whatever down the way, maybe 10, 20 years later when it's there's they just need some money and they're looking for some revenue stream and they're like, oh hey, we got this, is it real? Yeah, the film in the cans. Yeah, it's real. So let's go ahead and make some money off of that. But yeah, I mean, we're looking at that. We're looking at the Ayer cut. We're looking at the Flash movie coming out. We're looking at the Batman series coming out. I mean, they're sort of, if this thing is successful, then it's going to kind of like a domino effect. It's going to we're going to slowly get back on track. They're just not releasing a slate like they did years back when they released Cyborg movie, Green Lantern Corps movie, and then nothing happened, and like, where is it? And then some of that stuff got changed, to fit the new narrative. So now they're trying to go back to the old sort of narrative, but in a different way, because like the Aquaman movie, you can't, the English under the water contradicts what Zach came up with, which was like, the other language or different type of communication that they would have to do underwater. So, I mean, and I'm okay with like Aquaman 2 just being in English and going on with that narrative, but it's a shame that they don't all connect, like a puzzle, but they still can connect in their own special way, which is fine with me. So that's my thoughts.
Viking, man, the trailer. What'd you think about it when you saw it on Tuesday?
Yeah, I think people were kind of expecting a little bit more. I just seen people talking online that they were expecting a brand new trailer, but Zach told us himself that it was going to be some new shots. It was just going to be re-released. But I was looking forward to seeing the new shots, and I thought they blended in pretty well with the
Superman shot though at the hologram, fire.
It's cool. It's cool. I can't wait to see that in context. Absolutely.
It's not Supergirl.
Yes, thank you. Oh my God, I've been saying since the beginning, it's not her.
No, she was in Man of Steel.
Me and my husband have had a debate about this for the past 3 years. No, I do think she will be in it.
I think perhaps she's on Apocalypse, and she was taken out of time so that she doesn't age.
I like that fan theory a lot.
So
I think because she has to be at the invasion. She has to be there.
I think she's a Fury.
She has to be there.
That's what's up. Brainwashed.
I think there'll be an Easter egg or a hint towards it, because like this film, this series isn't going to end on a happy everyone goes home note. Like, it's going to end. This film will end, this series will end, but I'm sure there's going to be Easter eggs, cliffhangers, tie-ups for future movies, and I think we'll get maybe not an actress playing Supergirl in the actual series, but a hint to her coming into the story big time.
Right.
But they did have an actress picked out for that role. She never got on film, but they had somebody lined up for her. Zach picked her. So, and that's who they based the comic book off of. That was the prequel Man of Steel. Yeah, they based it off of that actress. So when they drew her, they gave the character her likeness. So I'm super excited because even Zach still hints it.
At his last panel, he did.
Yes, as this.
I mean, at the trailer thing, at the trailer.
Yeah. This month, he still teased it. Like, what was that? We, it's the truth is still out there.
I didn't think he was gonna say that. Like, we're gonna see it again when they're walking through the ship, the open pod. Because I know that was super intentional. Everything he does is intentional. I know it was intentional in Man of Steel. They could have just like not shown that. Like, he could have just showed the one that he saw that was still in there.
Right. If it's going to be in this next film, it's kind of a slap in the face. Like, I didn't think we would see it again. Yes, I didn't think we would see it again. And then when he mentioned it during the trailer re-release, I was like, because he does. I mean, he always talks around it. In my opinion, when people ask him about that or about Supergirl, he doesn't really give like a straightforward answer as much as he does for like some of the other questions. And he kind of always just circles around it. He did say that as the closer that we get to the release of his movie, the less information he's going to give.
Yeah, which I agree with.
Yeah, I want to be surprised.
Yeah.
See, and that was another thing about that Justice League thing. Oh no, BVS, when they did that other trailer where they showed you Doomsday or Zod Doomsday, like premature, and I was like, dude, you didn't have to show him. I was already going to go to watch Batman and Superman, and you spoil it. Thank you very much for spoiling it.
It didn't bother me that much, but I understand why it would.
It was just for me. It was just like they put it in there to like sort of invigorate fans or get them interested. Yeah. But I think for Batman Superman, we're already invested. We're already interested. You didn't have to put that extra little thing that could have been a shocker. That could have been a surprise in the movie that we weren't expecting. Instead of like I know what this is about. And how are they going to do it now that I know this character's here. So
I bet that was reactionary from Warner Brothers as well in a way around the time of the film coming out. They were probably like, they're probably looking at comments on trailers and stuff. It's like, why is Batman and Superman fighting? And then like they send a note to the marketing team and says, in the next trailer, add in Doomsday. So then that shot of the Trinity, so everyone knows they team up in the end. So I think that was probably against Zack's wishes in a way. So
I'm pretty sure it was. Why would you? That's huge.
Yeah,
Doomsday is kind of huge. That's. I don't think as the director, there's a reason that you would shroud that up until that point anyway. So he didn't want that. Yeah, he didn't want that.
And I don't think he wanted the Joker stuff to get out either.
Oh no, he didn't. That was a retaliatory.
I was kind of shocked. I was like, oh man, like. I don't know. I'm on the fence about I don't want to see what he looks like until we get the movie.
Oh yeah, because there were rumors about Deathstroke breaking into Arkham Asylum and Joker being there.
Right.
But we didn't know if is that filmed, is that not filmed, and that wasn't a part of the additional footage. I don't think it was just another future or nightmare scene that features Mohawk, Deathstroke, and then long hair Joker. So
but I was Jared Leto on Instagram. He does a lot of Instagram lives, and he invites people. He invites his fan base on. He's another guy who's very interactive with his fan base. But he had a live yesterday, I think. So I watched it, and I was trying to get onto the live to kind of tease some Zack Snyder stuff, but of course I wasn't picked. But he used the Joker line from Suicide Squad. He put on a Joker voice for a second. He goes, "The one, the only," but he didn't say Harley Quinn. And then he was talking about what projects are coming up in 2021 that he has, and he goes, "I have Morbius," and then he kind of looks at the camera and he goes, "I've got a few other things coming as well," or something like that. He teased something else, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, I like that.
So let's Just Alan has a question. You guys think Schumacher Cut has a chance of being released?
It's a possibility.
I mean, you got to wait for reception. I think you have to wait for the reception of the Snyder Cut, which is going to be great, but then also the Ayer Cut, which I believe also is going to be great. So it does have a chance, like Prime is saying, but you have to wait until after those before they're gonna, because they're not just gonna like, and this and here you go, and
everybody gets a cut.
Everybody gets a cut.
I would say this. They probably have it in the back burner for it to be released, but they are going to wait for the success for everything else to come into fruition, for everything to come out. Now, they're not going to put out all these slates, or they're not going to put all the movies that they know or material that they're going to put out. So they already know what they got lined up, but they're just not going to put out there publicly. They want to make sure they're going to make sure that everything, so we're going to make sure this is going to be successful first before we put it out. Now, with the decision of Wonder Woman 84 and what they're doing now with Wonder Woman 84, that is going to be the pillar. So that's going to be the main thing for people to actually go ahead and get their subscriptions to HBO Max. Yes. And then so people will get those subscriptions. But this is the kicker. It's only going to be for a month.
Yeah.
So it's only going to be for a month for you to actually go ahead now. I tell people, you might, and that's a good thing. If my thing would be for them to be is like, don't give no free subscriptions for 24 hours. Let them pay it out. Don't give a 7-day free trial. You pay your $17 straight out, and then that way you'll have it for a month. So once you have it for a month, you'll see all the great material that's on HBO Max.
Yeah,
For the
there's a
ones
lot of
that
fire on
sleeping,
there.
there's HBO Max is fire. You think HBO Max ain't worth it? I'm telling you, it's so much stuff on there that it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous for the people that's just downplaying HBO Max. If you don't have the money to purchase it, okay, that's fine. You can get a 7-day trial. You can try it out now. But I highly recommend that they take that away once Wonder Woman 84 hits. Because if they allow free trials, it's going to be a lot of people that's going to pirate it. I'm going to tell you that right now. Sure. They're going to pirate it. They're going to put it up. So if people pay for it, at least that they'll know, okay, so we're already going to get a profit because people are going to sign up for it, for them to actually watch it. They're going to sign up for it. So, it all depends. But Wonder Woman 84 is the pillar, but they're not going to put that slate out there. They want to find out how everything is going to pan out for everything else, which we already know everything going to be successful. So we ain't worried about that. That ain't even a problem. So
if you look right now, director's cuts are coming out around the place. Sylvester Stallone is working on Rocky 4 director's cut.
4,
The Godfather Part 3.
Wow.
They're redoing that. Yes, I'm very interested in that. Yeah.
Yeah, and even
you know what's crazy though? He gonna take the robot out.
Yeah,
and
that's a rumor. That's a rumor.
You know what I mean?
He said
if that's a rumor, then I'm like, hey, if it's a rumor, it's a rumor. But I'm like, why would you take the robot out?
I'd like him to replace him with Johnny Five.
But even Mick G, is it Mick G that did Terminator Salvation? Is that Mick G? Was that him that did that one?
I think it was. I think it was Terminator Salvation because he was coming off of the cusp of Charlie's Angels.
Yes,
he said that he said he is the director's cut of Terminator Salvation, which was way better than the theatrical version as well. So all these directors are coming out and saying, "I got a better film. Give me a chance." So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean. And I welcome it, I mean, if you want streaming service to go beyond, there's, of course I love physical media, and if I like it, I'm going to purchase, or if they make it available, I'm going to purchase on physical media so I can have a tangible copy, just in case my internet goes down. I mean, release whatever. I mean, if you think there's a market for it, if you think that that you can recoup your costs or whatever from that venture, then by all means, man, make it available. Let people see your original version. I mean, kind of shed the light on all of these different media or movie houses that come in and give the studio mandates. I mean, a big case is the Superman movie with Nicolas Cage. That when they came in and I think Brockheimer is the one.
Thank God that ain't never happened.
And they put that stupid spider in at the end, and then they took the spider and they were like, I can't not use that. Let's put it in this movie with Kevin Kline and Will Smith. It's set in a Western, and let's see this gigantic spider here. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I mean, you got to kind of, pull the curtain back. See the Wizard of Oz, expose them for who they are, and let people actually going forward, let the damn directors do their job.
See, and that's what was bothering me so much about this whole stupid, it sets a dangerous precedent. That was irking me so much when this got announced. I mean, I know those are the people that were all, like, oh, it's never going to happen. Zack Snyder needs to get off social media. Fans need to stop. The studio's never going to do this, blah, blah, blah. I know it's those people saying that. But that, like, really? If this was Marvel, they would not be saying that. They would have burned everything down trying to get this out if it was Marvel. If this would have happened to a Marvel director, it would have been a whole different story. People wouldn't be saying it sets a dangerous precedent. It sets a dangerous precedent. Yeah. Why?
That's why Patty Jenkins left Thor. Because she wasn't going to get the creative control, and then she went over to so then Zach brought her over to Wonder Woman, and she did great there. But then also they did the same thing with Wonder Woman 84. Like Jeff Johns really got in there and put his own spin on things and whatnot. And I'm hoping, because this is what I've been told, but I'm hoping that this is the case, that Patty Jenkins was actually smart like Zach. And shot scenes that they wanted, but also shot what she wanted. Yeah. And I'm hoping that that's the reason why this thing kept getting pushed back. I know that the film is locked, it's in the can, it's ready to go, but I'm hoping that they at least use that time to sort of, kind of fix it before it gets released. Because once it's released, it's kind of like Well, there you go. You know that's
Well,
that's your product.
That's
Right.
that's a very, very good theory right there, because because we know Jeff Johns meddled in Wonder Woman 84. That's why at the time I wasn't really interested in Wonder Woman 84.
Yeah.
Because I knew what it was going to be. I knew what it was going to be about. I knew, what was going to happen. But after they kept on pushing it back and they pushed it back, I understood, I'm like Patty might so happen to do stuff behind the scenes just to have it, just in case. To have a director's cut. To have her, bona fide version of the actual movie. So, I'm thinking that's gonna be, don't mind me, yo. I just got off work, so my mind is all over the place.
Hey, man, I've been up since 4 a.m. So and it's right now it's 8 p.m. So
I've been up since 7:30, bro. So
Would you say,
who's complaining about the time? It's 2 a.m. here, so I don't know what you guys are complaining
Oh, look at this guy.
oh man, just give everybody a good laugh.
Gamora, soldier, assassin, wanted on over a dozen counts of murder.
She is
she's
so good looking. I know why they hired her.
Oh, man.
I know why
That's
they
hilarious.
hired her now.
Why?
She is so good looking.
Oh man. So
man.
would I be? Is everybody in unison in saying that it was a good decision to put Wonder Woman 84 on stream on Christmas?
Yes.
Yes,
Those are very
I
good
think
It's a good
so.
decision.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think
don't
it's going
see
to
it.
destroy
Yeah.
Mulan.
Do what?
It's gonna
It's going to destroy what Mulan tried to do.
Oh,
right.
Right.
Oh,
going.
man.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to make money. It's not going to make the money that they wanted to make.
Right.
Right.
For
It's
them
not going to
to,
get
like I
that
said
$1
before.
billion income. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. There's
But
not
I
going to
think
make
they
the
already
money.
know
it's going
that.
to.
They
Yeah,
know
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
They know
But
they're going to take a hit, but I think they're willing to. I think this is the best compromise they could have made.
Yeah.
I know that they were really hard on we want a theatrical release, we want to support cinemas, we want people to have the choice to see it in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
So but I know on the other side of it, people were like, they just need to put on HBO Max and get it out there. So I think this was a good middle ground. And if it's just for a month, well, that's fair. You know what I mean? I think they know they're going to take a hit by doing this half and half thing. But
Yeah,
I think it would have
it's
been
for goodwill.
worse. Yeah, I think it would have been worse if they would have pushed it back again, because say they would have pushed it back to June, whatever the rumor was. I think, well, what if cinemas are in worse condition by then and they can't really get it out there, internationally, they're going to be able to. So I think it could have been worse if they had just kept pushing it back and pushing it back. And it kind of loses momentum. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say it like this. I mean, he has a point. Some people are probably going to pirate it, but
Yeah,
at the same
it's
time,
Oh yeah. it's
well,
definitely-
that
at the
happens
same
in
time-
theaters. So
yeah.
right, it's going to be in theaters as well. But I would say this: the smart thing that they're doing, and I like the strategy. You put it up on HBO Max for a month. The only question is that, like I said before, do not let people get free day trials.
Yeah.
You got to let them
kinda-
purchase it. Let them purchase it straight up front so they can actually watch it, because that way you will actually know your numbers on actual signups.
Mhm.
So once you have it, now once Wonder Woman 84 is done, there's a possibility there's going to be a lot of people that's going to keep it, because they're going to dabble into all the other stuff that is on HBO Max,
Yeah.
because that's going to give them
yeah.
time.
I think they're going to look at subscriptions, but I think that what they're really going to do is look at the different IP addresses that actually tune in and watch the content. Like when you
Yeah.
watch it on your phone, or you watch it on your TV, or watch it on your PS5.
But then
You got
right
my
after that, they're
address, Ryan. You
gonna,
got my address, Ryan.
but right after that, the good thing about it is that they will put it on video on demand, so they can get more of a profit.
Right,
Basically
right.
saying is that if you don't go watch it in the theaters, or you don't sign up for HBO Max for this
can buy
month,
it. Mhm.
okay, you can buy it for video on demand, or you can rent it. So they're still going to get a profit regardless of the situation. So I
Yeah.
think a lot of people will probably say, you know what, the depending on what it is, on how much the video on demand they're going to charge. Because if I was them, I would charge the video on demand $20 a pop. If I was them, I would charge $20 a pop. So
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think it's
We'll see if that's the price. I think the ultimate cheat clap came from HBO Max when they dropped they said Wonder Woman 84 is going to be available on HBO Max. The ultimate cheek clap, man. They clapped on Disney's cheeks, man. They said, "Yo, free
at no extra
cost." Yeah.
Fine
Oh yeah.
The ultimate, yes, the ultimate. Because I mean, look, everybody agrees. We agreed on it. We talked about it before, Ryan, when we went live. When Disney came out and said, "Oh, Mulan's coming straight to streaming services for $29.95," you're like, "What? I already paid."
And then what? 3 months later, you get it.
Yes, it's already free now.
And the movie to boot was hot fire. No, it wasn't. Trash. It was horrible.
I didn't even see it yet. I don't even care.
Dude, you're not missing out. I haven't
$30.
seen New Mutants yet, and I would recommend New Mutants over Mulan.
Oh yeah, New Mutants is tight.
Oh yeah,
I haven't seen it yet, but I'd recommend that.
I didn't think I didn't like New Mutants that much, but it oh man, Mulan, man. Disney, man, they tried to pull a fast one on us with that shit. That $30 on top of your monthly subscription. I was like, yo, nah, that's.
But that's how Disney works. That's why I say Disney, they not the lick. And the only reason why they did that, because people fail to realize that Disney Plus is only $7.
Yeah.
So for them to actually, get more of a profit, they gonna amp it up for that. Now HBO Max is 18. Well, no, 16.
15.
I'm sorry, 16. So when you think about it, you're gonna get better content on HBO Max. In my opinion, it's just my opinion. Mm-hmm. People that's out there, if y'all Disney fans, Disney Plus ain't got nothing on there for me. It just don't.
Right. The only thing they have is The Mandalorian, and that's
Mandalorian.
It.
That's it. That's what I watch on.
That's nothing for me.
I don't.
So I mean,
you can watch the Bugs
For the ones
Life.
that don't, if the ones that don't know about HBO Max, they got all the HBO classics. You got all the Looney Tunes stuff. You got all those IPs that they got exclusive from NBC. All that stuff. The Fresh Prince reunion, that was tight. All the new Animaniac stuff.
Friends is popular, yeah.
Friends, you got. They got so much stuff. They got the Looney Tunes. They got all that stuff.
Yeah.
They haven't done that yet, right? That was supposed.
No, I'm saying it's coming. That's like you've got huge things for everybody. You got family films. You got adult films. You got something for everybody. Disney just has the one kind of thing, like the Mandalorian, but like. But I think it's brilliant. Actually, Disney Plus messed up big time because when they sold Mulan for $30, a few weeks or 2 weeks later, you could get it on the Google Play Store, I think. But it came with special features, and you couldn't get special features if you bought it with Disney Plus.
Ooh.
They messed up big time. Yeah, that's caused a big controversy a few weeks ago. But it was kind of funny the way they did it. But I think it's actually great for Wonder Woman being on HBO Max, HBO Max, and also for the Snyder Cut. If you treat it like a theatrical movie, so say Wonder Woman's going to start at this time on this date, okay, do a trailer before Wonder Woman 84 starts. Doing Zack Snyder trailer before that and say, here's Wonder Woman's next adventure after this movie or in the future. Play the trailer, get people hyped, and say, here's the Snyder Cut that's coming in March or May. Yeah. Then people be like, oh, that looked pretty cool. Then the movie starts at Wonder Woman. That's brilliant. People want to see more Wonder Woman. They don't have to wait a year or 2-3 years. They have to wait 3 months. And that's when you really get into that fan base and families and say, the Snyder Cut's come and stay around. So I think it's a brilliant move for HBO Max, the Snyder Cut, everybody involved.
Yeah.
I had very similar thoughts. Yeah, I had very similar thoughts when I made a video about it. I was like, this is going to be good, not just for Wonder Woman 84, but for the Snyder Cut. Like, okay, yes. Yeah. We've been invested since the beginning before we even knew we were going to get it. So yes, they have that fan base that's like all in for it, for the Snyder Cut. But if you want to like attract the people before the Snyder Cut comes out, I think it's a good way to set up for Wonder Woman 84. And since Zach said they're going to have like a similar marketing campaign as they would for theaters for the Snyder Cut, I think that's a good opportunity for that. Having Wonder Woman 84 on there.
They need those And if we get to 50,000, which we're 26,000 right now on the Autumn Tribute Fund, I think he's going to release something else when he finally reaches the goal. But I want like little character trailers, like small little character trailers of each.
Like the ones,
yeah,
the ones he put out. Oh
Yes.
man, when he put out, it was his first full length trailer that he put out in early 2017, like the one that came out like February or whatever. The one that starts off with Ben Affleck in the snow. The week leading up to that, on that Thursday, he dropped 3. The Aquaman one, I think, Wonder Woman, and I think Cyborg, where it was like 20 seconds. It's the one where Batman throws the trident to Aquaman and he catches it and he puts it down. Those ones, like those were fire. They were like 20 seconds, 22 seconds, and he was putting them out on Vero, putting them out on Twitter, and then then he said there's a trailer coming Saturday. So yeah, I see what you're saying with that. That would be something. That would be nice.
Yeah.
I mean, that would really help, hype it up as well, because I mean, we all know this thing is coming out, but again, Zach really relies on the fans like us to sort of, go out and sort of promote, retweet trailers, images, things like that to sort of, grow awareness of this, and a lot of people don't know that, it's still a thing. A lot of people aren't aware of, the Snyder Cut is coming out, and what is the Snyder Cut? We already got Justice League. Why are we getting this? Is this just a director's cut? So it's like a lot of, sort of explanation, but these trailers and things that he's releasing, those are great marketing tools, to sort of like, share with people that that could be interested in it or whatever. And like, hey, check this out, this, and they're like, oh, damn, I never saw this before. That's why the IMAX trailers that he released, August and then this month as well, all had new footage that you'd never seen before to show people who aren't aware of this. Like, oh, I never movies, God, Viking. I'm sorry, I keep accidentally forgetting your first name, and I'm like, I don't want to butcher it. So, Sean.
I'm a million. I have names.
Okay. If you know me, which Anthony does, I'm horrible with names.
Oh, terrible.
Anybody? Yes, I'm terrible with names. So I remembered Sean, and that was clutch.
This is Ryan trying to deal with people's names,
and you feel it, and it feels like a bag of sand.
Yep. that sums it up right there. Yeah. That sums it up. But I forgot what I was talking about. Back to you.
Let's jump to a few questions that are in the chat right here. Ryan says, do you guys think Lex Luthor will be killed by Darkseid or he will be enslaved by him?
He's not going to be killed.
You don't think so?
I think he's going to take Australia. Gene Hackman.
He's gonna make a kryptonite island.
I have a prediction about Lex Luthor and Superman in the Snyderverse. Well, I think because in Batman vs Superman, Lex Luthor wants to get rid of Superman. He wants to kill him. Okay. Yeah. So then he's accomplished that. He's dead. So Superman obviously comes back. But in the future, I think Lex Luthor would be a little jealous seeing that Darkseid is working hand in hand with Superman when he wants to work with him. So it might tempt Lex Luthor to help Batman and the Justice League in their fight against Darkseid and them, because he might be a little bit jealous, and then of course he'll turn coat then at some stage again. But I think he'll get a little bit jealous of Darkseid. And
I'd like to build on Sean's theory in that I think that he has the technology, or he has Zod's outfit. I think he's going to retrofit the outfit, and that's going to be, and he's going to add different things or whatever to it. You sort of I guess Americanize it or whatever, so that he can use the suit, and then that's his exosuit that he can because I mean he will want to, I would think, go toe to toe with Cal, if under albeit under Darkseid's control, but I think that he would use that suit to sort of enhance his own abilities. And I think that's because I mean you always have those comics and even the TV shows or whatever where Lex has that exosuit. It's like, well, where do you get that from? Well, the Kryptonian armor would be the coolest thing that he could use. That would kind of he didn't build it from scratch. He's using alien technology to fight the alien,
right?
So I think that would be neat.
And I think we have to remember that he knows more than like everybody, because he stayed in the ship and was like, teach me everything that the ship. Yes, he knows like way more than everybody because, well, maybe not more than Diana. Well, he could, I don't know. But
about the Kryptonian history, he probably does.
Well, plus I don't know if he was able to learn everything that the ship taught him, because they said history of 10,000 worlds, but he knows a lot.
It was like the Matrix. I know Kung Fu.
But he learned a lot, so I think, I think if he has some kind of suit that he makes from the Kryptonian tech, I think it'd be more fitting now, because I know some people were like, oh, he should have had a suit in BVS instead of having Doomsday. No.
Yeah.
I wasn't on board with that at all. No. So I think this would be more fitting, because there is this, coming apocalyptic future. And I don't think he's going to die. I think he'd be one that would survive because he's a genius. I don't think he would die.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
I don't either. He's too resourceful for that. I think.
Right.
I like Sean and Ryan's take of as far as he hates Superman. So if he sees Darkseid giving Superman all of these props, I could see him being like, "Yo, you know what? Well, we'll do this," and joining Batman and that their resistance as far as that goes. And so here's another question from Dave. So which Green Lantern would y'all prefer to show up in Justice League, Hal or John Stewart?
Neither.
I thought you were going to say both.
No, I would love a Green Lantern tease, a really good Green Lantern tease, setting up something that we'd love to see in a part 2. I think for this movie, let's concentrate on the Justice League we never got to see in 2017 and have those little teases towards those characters. I think there will be Green Lanterns in it, but I don't think we'll see a Hal or a John or any other Green Lanterns. I think the kind of animated, I don't know the names of them other Green Lanterns. What's that? Kilowog?
Kilowog.
Yeah, those characters. Yeah, I'd love to see those characters.
Sinestro.
Sinestro. That's interesting. As a Green Lantern, or that's interesting. But what I would ask is okay, Dave, what do you know?
Yeah, Dave. He probably regrets it as soon as he put that question in there. He probably was like, "Damn, man." No. I think I'd probably John Stewart, just because we've seen live action Hal Jordan already, albeit in the Green Lantern from whenever. But we've seen him though, so I'd probably rather But if it's just a tease, it's just a tease, and this is how it is. Allie, what's your preference?
Well, I've been tweeting about this for the past 24 hours. I've been stalking Sam Benjamin's Instagram and Twitter, scrolling back through before the movie came out and soon after it got announced, because I don't think he was as noticed by the main fandom base until it started coming out that hey, this guy was maybe supposed to be Zack's Green Lantern in the movie. Yeah. And a lot of the stuff that he's posted along leading up to the release of the movie, after the movie came out, and even I think that we may see him as a Green Lantern character, but not suited up as a Green Lantern. I think, like Oshan was saying, I think it's just kind of set it up for if we get a part 2. That's what I think. I don't think they're gonna show him using his powers as a Green Lantern. I think he'll just be pilot, soldier, whatever. Yeah. But they're gonna recognize him as they'll say his name or whatever, because in an interview he said that his character had a 20 to 30 minute arc. So I think he was significant. He was, there was significance to his character. And also when Zack was asked, was Unite the Seven, is that Green Lantern the 7th member or Martian Manhunter? I think it's Martian Manhunter, since we know we're going to see him for a second transform. I don't think it was pointing to Green Lantern as being the 7th member. I think they're just going to set it up that he's going to be a Green Lantern. Just like Ryan Choi is not actually going to be Adam, in the movie. When Zack was when Zack was saying recently on one of the streams he was on, he's been on a dozen the past week. He was saying that he wanted to plant these seeds for future characters, So I think that Sam Benjamin is going to be a significant character that we see. He was obviously completely removed.
Yeah.
But I don't think we'll see a Green Lantern suited up. I think we'll see still maybe some of the ones that were at the like the invasion, Darkseid's
the history
invasion.
lesson.
Yeah, but I don't think we'll see one. I don't think we'll see a Green Lantern show up like at the final battle with Steppenwolf or anything like that.
So
hold on, Rasha, what video?
Oh, what video?
What video?
Yeah, we did see
video?
the video. Yes, of course we saw the video. Well, I mean,
Which
okay,
one?
so there's a hoodie that happens to have, that was a part of the Zack Snyder campaign, and it just so happened to have a symbol on there that Zack got
all the
approved to
gods.
use, and and so the Green Lantern symbol is on there. Now, is he going to play a major part? Well, I mean, Zack has said that there's about 2.5 hours of footage plus the additional 4 that we haven't seen from his cut of the movie. And what you're saying about Sam Benjamin has 30 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that. That's considerable amount of time to be in the movie that we haven't seen. And from watching Richard Citrone and some of the other stunt guys, going through the scenes, there's another character, another actor in there that is the stuntman is representing,
it's not obvious.
And it's somebody else, and it's not one of the other. Now you were saying Unite the Seven. When they did that was the 7 C's. It wasn't the 7 members of the Justice League. For that particular campaign with Aquaman and the Trident. But yes, Henry Cavill was teasing that Green Lantern was in it,
picture.
and he said, "I need to be as fit,
if
not more fit,
I remember that
than
picture.
the guy playing Green Lantern." And he took pictures in front of the Green Lantern, comic book. He wore the Green Lantern shirt, so they were teasing it. But he wasn't supposed to be a role like everyone else in the film. He has a smaller,
that's what I think.
And I would love to see whatever short period, whether it's a nightmare scene where he's in the nightmare scene and he's fighting, because again, the stunt doubles were involved. So I don't think he's involved with the Steppenwolf fight. I think he's involved with the future, with one of the nightmare scenes, because there are multiple. And same thing with the history lessons. There are multiple history lessons that are, Ray Porter didn't want to tell me how many pages of script he had, because it was more significant than just that, first couple bits of
definitely wasn't giving you that information. You were like, yo, Ray, how many pages?
I tried so hard, but whatever. I mean, I respect it, whatever. It's cool. We'll find out. But yeah, I do believe that Sam Benjamin had a significant role, and if he is indeed Green Lantern, then he was hopefully taken to Oa, and that's why you don't see him in the Steppenwolf fight. So we'll see.
He's posted a lot of stuff that points to that's what he posted a keychain of a Green Lantern. I mean, people were sending me stuff like overnight because I had tweeted, does anyone remember blah, blah, blah about this Green Lantern, Sam Benjamin? Yeah. So I woke up to like a bunch of replies of stuff that he had shared before. And he was active on Twitter and posted a lot of stuff. And then when Zack on May 20th released that, he went silent. He did post like the black and white thing that the black and white image of Zack Snyder's Justice League. He posted that and said, like, I'm happy the fans get to see it and everything, but I don't think he's said anything since then about like his character or anything like that. I think most of the stuff he said was like all before.
Yeah,
that
and
happened.
he releases images of himself working out, getting buff. I'm like, wow, for what role are you really working yourself? I mean, this is Zack Snyder. He directed 300. There, the half naked dudes that were running around in nothing but muscles and underwear. But yeah, I mean,
but it's interesting as well because, for me personally, I don't think Sam Benjamin is named Hal Jordan in the movie. I think it's a possibility that he could be a Green Lantern in the future movies, maybe. But I also think that I think that he's the same kind of character arc as Chris Meloni had in Man of Steel. That's just my opinion. Another army soldier involved in the plot that way with a hero. That's my opinion. Could he become Green Lantern down the line if he survives? Yes, that could be a possibility. He could the ring could choose him, but I don't think his name is Hal Jordan, and I don't think there's a Hal Jordan in the in the Snyder Cut. I think that's going to be kept for future movies. And like, let's just say
Where's
that.
my wallet? Hold on, I'll be back.
But Dave, everybody hype and throwing money at the cameras.
I know, just make it rain.
tell us. But like, let's entertain the Ryan Reynolds thing for a second, okay? Let's just entertain it. Let's just say he was in talk. Let's just say he was in talks, like a few other people have said, okay? Let's just say that part. So if he was in talks to come back as Hal Jordan, Green Lantern, in Zack Snyder's Justice League, probably for additional photography because he didn't shoot scenes with that actor, then does that mean that that means for me that there's no Hal Jordan in this Snyder Cut?
Okay.
It means
that
if Ryan Reynolds said, yeah, okay, I'll come back, we'll do additional photography now, then he would have been placed in as Hal Jordan. So I don't think there's a Hal Jordan in this movie, because if Ryan did say yes and if he was in talks, then he would have been the Hal Jordan. Let's just entertain that for a second.
Okay. No, I get it and I understand it. And yeah, with Ryan, I don't think that they went to him, but this is what I wanted to kind of go for concerning Ryan is Grace Randolph. She said in the summer that Ryan Reynolds is in it. It was definitive, and then maybe in September, October, she was like, he's maybe in it. And then just last week or this week, he was like, he's definitely not it. He's too busy, because he's filming with The Rock. He's going off and doing other things. The Rock wanted him to play a part in his movie, the Black Adam movie, but he's too busy. He can't jump on board with that. I would have loved to have seen him play Green Lantern in The Rock's movie as a JSA, but as Alan Scott. It would have been cool to see him as a Green Lantern, but just not Hal Jordan, because you sort of, the movie, I've seen it, I own it. It wasn't that good of a movie. They did a lot of things that I didn't agree with, but I think that, he could have quote unquote redeemed himself or whatever, kind of like Brandon Routh when they brought him back as Superman on the CW. They gave him another shot at the character. He was the Atom. They gave him a shot at the other character, and he did great. And they're in talks now with him returning, possibly as a little cameo in The Flash, or possibly doing what is that? Kingdom Come. Yeah. Doing a Kingdom Come storyline, and he's down. He said that he's down for that, and I'm down to see him in that. I would have loved to have seen him as Hank Henshaw. I thought that would have been awesome, because when I was reading the comic books in the 90s of like Cyborg Superman and all that, I was like, who would believe that this ugly thing is Superman? I was like, but knowing that, Brandon has played Superman and, knowing, Henry is Superman, that would be so awesome to have two Supermen in the movie. And you can say, oh, I understand why they got fooled or whatever, but that would have been cool. But I digress.
You sure?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Nicotina, Jesus Christ.
Pay attention to him. That's why it was like, yo, I'm here. I'm in the comments.
Shouts out Nicotina. Nicotina's out here. He's spreading the love. Spreading the joy.
We'd mentioned Kara Zor-El before. Where do you think that you would see her in Zach's sort of, I don't want to say opus, but in his storyline, if she is indeed in the films? And I'm throwing this out there to anybody.
Okay, like I was saying earlier, I know that her and Cal are technically supposed to be cousins, and she's not supposed to be like thousands of years older than him. Yeah. But I do think that she might have a role in when Darkseid first invaded. I thought that kind of before because of the open pod thing, and how long that ship had been there, and then how long ago Darkseid invaded Earth. Mm-hmm. But since he was talking about the open pod again, now I'm really starting to think she's supposed to be there. But I really like the fan theory that has started coming out about that she was like taken to Apocalypse. Mm-hmm. And when in one of the first trailers we got a long time ago, and they took this dialogue out of the movie. They're like, oh, no Kryptonian, no lanterns, blah, blah, blah. Why would they need to mention the Kryptonians?
Right.
Yeah. I mean, he probably know about Krypton and all of that before it was destroyed, before it imploded, but they wouldn't really be a threat on the Krypton because they're kind of just like sun. Average. Yeah. So they would only be a threat on Earth or where there's a yellow sun. And that it wouldn't matter that there's no Kryptonian. Like there had to have been a Kryptonian at that time that obviously posed a threat to them. And so they're like, okay, there's no protectors here. They don't have, these gods.
No lanterns.
To protect them. Yeah, no lantern. And everyone was like, oh my God, they saw no lantern, So I think that everyone freaked out when that trailer came out. But then, of course, that dialogue was removed, obviously, because they removed everything. But I think that it matters that he said that he was telling them when he was reporting back, like, they don't have these godlike creatures here to protect them. So, I mean, I don't think she would have died. I mean, she could have, I guess, but it wasn't full-blown Darkseid at the time. He's Euxis. So I don't think she would have died if she was there, but I do like the fan theory. Plus, I don't think they would show her just to show that she died.
Yeah,
but
I don't think she's
a
direct cousin, like a first cousin, third cousin. I think she's just of the line of the house of El.
Right. Yeah, and so I do like the fan theory because was she taken to Apocalypse? Because Euxis or Darkseid, whatever, could have been like, she's a weapon and I can use her. And
that's for sure.
Where would she be this whole time? Like, why, if she's on Earth, where would she have been this whole time? Right. Unless she's just kind of like, living under the radar, but that'd be a long time to not be noticed in some way.
Sure. So, and for her to be taken off to Apocalypse, that means that she doesn't age. So,
she could just,
That
I do think we're going to see her though. Yeah.
I mean, she might have stayed hidden, but as soon as Cal showed up on the day where mankind,
and you see the crest,
she would come out.
That's
she would, if she was in hiding. As soon as Superman showed up that day in Metropolis, she would have came. Well, shit. As soon as Zod showed up the night before, hey, yo, you got 24 hours. As soon as he showed up,
alone. Oh, that must be to me.
But he didn't say Carl.
Yeah, she would. She doesn't know about him.
I'm going home.
Yeah.
He mispronounced Carl. He said Cal. Who the fuck is Cal? She'd have been like, yo, who's? She'd have came out. So that. Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, Sean, thoughts. Yeah. What do you think about that?
Well, like if Darkseid or Steppenwolf, they were planning on coming to Earth and they talk about no Kryptonians here, then if there's no Kryptonians, then you need to bring a certain amount of firepower to Earth. Then if there's no Kryptonian, then Earth should be easy enough to overtake. Maybe they have a Kryptonian in their wings, so don't send Kara. We don't see her there yet. Maybe she's under that control, but I think that she could be in a different part of the universe, but I it's exciting that we don't know exactly where this character is. I don't think the character's dead either, but that open pod,
they spoil it in a trailer. Like Kara, like, oh no.
And that's another thing. Like, I don't think we'll see her in like a blue and red suit. I think she'd probably be in like a suit similar to Zod's. Yeah. Well, I mean, Superman's not even going to have his blue suit, but I don't think we'll see her like that because she wouldn't have had that. They all have their black and like their charcoal suits. So I don't think we'll see her in that way.
Jor-El had a blue suit on Krypton.
Sort of. Yeah, it was kind of blue. But I don't think we'll see one like Superman has.
No. I think it would be...
the ship kind of made that for him. And way back at the time that they came to scout Earth, I don't think... Well, that's just my guess.
I think she would be in a monochrome, shoot, kind of like Feora or Zod or whatever, right? Because she was part of a team, and the team went out there and were scouting and whatever, kind of like they gave you in the Kryptonian history.
And then she had the altercation with whoever else on the ship. Remember who was that? Who else was that on the ship? I can't remember. In that prequel comic, Kara fought with the dude.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? Before the ship crashed on Earth. And she was the only one to well, you know what? Matter of fact, the comic book doesn't even tell you who the hell left the damn ship. It just shows a shadow leaving the ship. So you can,
That was
going back to the yeah. But the all the gods shirt, and we get to see the Justice League symbols on it. But like we see the Batman symbol, there's only one Batman. We see the Wonder Woman symbol, there's only one Wonder Woman. Aquaman, there's only one Aquaman. Flash, so on. But the Superman symbol and the Green Lantern symbol, it doesn't say Kal-El, it doesn't say Hal Jordan. That can mean so many different interpretations of that hero, of Supergirl, Superman, Zod, if he was good, and things like that. Green Lantern, Hal Jordan, John Stewart, so on. So it's cool. Like that Superman symbol doesn't just symbolize Henry Cavill's Superman; it symbolizes probably Supergirl as well.
Krypton was good. Krypton.
KC.
Yeah, I just got it. I'm about to pull it up. Okay, so this is the tweet that or the Vero post where Zach replied to somebody, and he said talking about Hal Jordan.
Oh yeah.
So here we go.
He said somewhere else or another location. Yeah.
Yeah. He said, "Merry Christmas, Zack Snyder. Quick question: was Hal Jordan going to be seen in Star Labs or someplace else?" He says at another location. So I'm, is it okay? So I'm guessing that's he's saying in his Justice League, he's at another location.
Yeah, and that could very well be the nightmare sequence.
Yeah.
I mean, just and he gets killed, in the nightmare sequence or whatever, I mean, something quick, something simple. I mean, that's not a 20 or 30 minute arc, but, for if it were, Sam Benjamin, if it's someone else, then it would be just something quick. But he is definitely going to be, what you can infer in this is that he is going to be seen.
Right.
So he is going to include Hal.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, some way, Zach is going to include Hal. Not like Ohio Dave was saying, where could be John or Hal, but maybe both in some way.
Yeah. Maybe Sam Benjamin is going to take the place of, he's going to be chosen.
Sam Benjamin could be Kyle Rayner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have to be
possible because in this universe, Dick Grayson's already dead. So this is. Hal would be roughly about the same age as maybe Batman or possibly Cal. He's not a young guy. So, it could be that, Sam is playing Kyle Rayner instead,
Yeah.
Who knows? Or like Sean was saying, he could be just playing, just another human that had an arc that was cut out. And that's fine as well.
Yeah. I think go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say quickly that we don't know what kind of Green Lantern that Zack Snyder wants to do. Like with Ben Affleck's Batman, he needed a kind of a known actor to play that Batman because he had been Batman for 20 plus years. Yeah. The audiences need to see, that's Ben Affleck. Everyone knows Ben Affleck. But for Superman's story, for Aquaman's story, for Wonder Woman's story, he went for more kind of unknown actors because their stories kind of brought that into it. You know what I mean? So is this Green Lantern?
They started after Batman was already there for 20 years. So yeah,
exactly. So is this Green Lantern a grizzled out Batman or Green Lantern just like Ben Affleck's Batman? He's been doing this a very long time. He's been in different planets, and so does that mean Zack Snyder casts a big known actor for that role because it's not similar to Aquaman and stuff? But it's interesting to think what kind of Green Lantern is this for this role. I like if Ben Affleck's Batman, they needed a big actor for that role, in my opinion, because he had been around for a long time. But Green Lantern could be similar, or he could be just like Ezra Miller's Flash, like he's just new to this. So it's cool.
Yeah, it's Tom Cruise.
And Rosh, I think everybody wishes that the guy was like in Justice League. Will Hal Jordan show up? Or it started the question with Injustice League instead of just generalizing the question. All right, so
I'm sorry, but I'm just having this conversation with you guys. I'm more excited to see what the heck is going on with this film than I was before this conversation started. So I mean, so let's get Zach in here so that we can get.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, jump into dude. Y'all do y'all shit.
I would literally scream.
My number one question, I'm going to put this out there because Nicotina berates me for it, but I have to know why the boy shorts. Ohio Dave, if you are listening, please ask him why the boy shorts. If Batman is going to be protected head to toe, and you're not going to protect your partner, your sidekick, your son, and you're gonna leave it exposed here and exposed on the knees for shrapnel, for blades, for whatever. Why? I mean, I would think that it would just be like, let's make a bat suit, but just smaller.
I think that suit's burnt or something like that. That's my kind of theory with that. It's burnt off or something like that. And, something like that's my I think it got burnt by the Joker. That's people were saying in Wayne Manor, maybe. But I think that's what's happened with that suit. I think it's actually burnt, and that's probably all he had left of the suit. That's just what I think. Shorts,
because it looks like it's cut like. Almost
it looks good. Yeah,
it's when that came out recently, I was like, oh my god, that is so brutal. And it's funny because like a couple days before that came out, we were watching BVS. It's kind of a regular thing here, and or Man of Steel. We were watching it. And it's like BVS and Man of Steel. It's still like when you watch it, you still have like another question. You know, like I wonder what happened. That when it's still all these years later. I was like, I guess I had probably like subconsciously wondered it before, but I actually like thought about it this time. Like what happened to Wayne Manor? You know, like pretty sure something didn't just happen that like Bruce let happen. He was like, oh, just, let it. That's finished. I'm done with it. It's just let it be, just whatever. Yeah. So it looks like something happened to it. And I had said, I was like, I wonder what happened to Wayne Manor. Like, why is it like this? So and then when that came out a couple days later, I was like, oh my God, like that is so brutal that that's
the Joker killed Robin in Wayne Manor.
Yes, and then set him on fire. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. But it makes sense also why the suit looked like that. Because when they show it in the case, it's kind of like it doesn't look like dark red.
Ryan wants to know why he's got on why he's wearing it's the shorts on the Robin suit.
Cut his legs off. Oh my God.
yeah. So it was Deathstroke had his blade. Cut it off right there.
Damn.
It's like, I think I'm going to get a mohawk.
We're expecting all these answers to all these questions to be answered in Zack Snyder's Justice League. They're not.
No.
There's going to be so
This will be answered in the Batman or Batfleck solo venture. He's going to be a flashback.
But there is going to be another Easter egg, he said, for Robin.
Hint.
I think what he's going to do is he's going to talk to. I'm thinking he's going to talk to Flash, and kind of open up to him a little bit, and then right before Flash goes back in time to go into the Flash movie, where he breaks the multiverse or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I think he's going to open up to him about somebody else, just to sort of give him sort of like gravity, or maybe
right.
And then Barry gets in his mind. Well, I could just go back and change the history, and I could change my mom from dying, or I could save Robin from dying, and maybe help out Bruce or whatever. So I mean, who knows? I'm just interested in what that is.
Yeah, when Zach brought that up, he was pretty specific on how he would do a flashback to Robin. Mm-hmm. He was like, oh, Batman would be drinking and he would be thinking about what happened. And sometimes, like when he was talking about that, he kind of has to like catch himself. It's like he's about to say something.
Yeah. Because for him, it's just common knowledge. But
like, he's like, I've known this for years. I finally get to talk about it.
We're like, hold up, record.
Where's
So I do think we might see a flashback for Robin. And since Jared Leto's Joker is going to be there, I think there's a possibility we could see him in a flashback with Robin and in the Nightmare.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know.
We're going to have, what's her name? Carrie Kelly. So I think they're going to skip over Jason and Tim and just give us only, and Damien, just give us only Dick and Carrie. Carrie. I think those are the only Robins that exist in this universe.
In this continuity, yeah. So I agree with Ryan. Fashion, yes, we're talking fashion here. Robin fashion.
I mean, that's important.
Well, I had never seen the before picture of how his suit looked.
What if he wears one of those undersuits like Batman does?
What are you talking about? In Justice League, when Wonder Woman is giving him a rub down, that thing, Rasha. Now I have to talk because she's a costume seamstress, and are you serious? It could be.
Look, there we go. He just had those good legs, man. Those popping calf muscles popping.
And Batman's like, "You want to put something over?" He's like, "Hell no, I'm good. Look at my legs. I've been working out."
Oh man. So why do you guys have any thoughts on that on the shorts?
Do you know when Batman v Superman where Bruce saves Martha from the flamethrower, the fire?
Yeah.
His suit doesn't get, from what we see, his suit doesn't get burned. So I'm sure the bat suit is able to. Yeah. So I'm sure the bat suit's able to take like getting burnt and stuff. So I'm sure the Robin suit would be the exact same design. So that's probably why it looks a lot better than it should if it was burnt and Robin was burnt alive maybe. So that's probably why the suit's in such good condition. But the shorts is a mystery.
Disintegrated.
We'll have to see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just
that's my one question. If anybody can talk to Zach and ask him that one question, I can sleep better.
We ain't letting you ask him, Ryan.
I never even thought it was supposed to be shorts.
That's the question you have? Yes. Please
no,
answer.
I mean, I don't know if it's what it was supposed to be, but it is short. Like the where it says ha 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 jokes on you, Batman.
Yeah.
Like it's there are no sleeves and there are no.
It's cut from here to here.
Yeah,
from the glove, from the gauntlets to the to the mid bicep.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're going to leave that exposed, I mean, like I said, if there's like a grenade or explosion or shrapnel from from a weapon or whatever, throwing stars or whatever, it's just like that little portion is exposed, and it's like, if he's going to do that for the bat suit where he's all completely covered, I would think that he would do that for someone else who is not as prepared for battle as he is.
Well, maybe if it was burned, it just not everything's left.
I mean, that's a possibility. It's a possibility.
Because
I just have to go back and look at the actual costume and see, is it cut fine or is it sort of
serrated,
patterned? Yeah.
Ryan's about to go fucking.
He's like, I'm gonna study this.
I'm sorry, but Robin is like one of my, not my favorite, hero, but he's one of my favorite heroes, and I love Robin, Nightwing, whatever, and I wanted to see. Zack Snyder's version of Nightwing. I thought that would be awesome.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we're not going to get that. So I was like, because he reiterated this year that it was like, no, that's Dick Grayson that died, and I was like, so it's not Jason Todd, like we were led to believe.
Yeah.
But it wasn't his fault. It was led to believe in Suicide Squad when they changed things and made it to where that was Jason that died and not Dick. Because they had hired the guy from the Lego Batman movie to make a Nightwing film. And that was around the same time that they brought out the Batgirl film that they wanted, dipshit Joss Whedon to make. And they took that away from him. So it was like Chris McKay.
But y'all don't say that.
Don't say that fool's name on my.
Oh, sorry. But yeah. So I mean, they put out the Batgirl film, they put out the Nightwing film, and they kind of silenced those because of the things going on behind the scenes with that guy I can't name and other things. But I really wanted to see Zach's iteration of that character. I thought it would have been pretty awesome.
It could be just Zach's like homage to the comics of the Robin suit. He was never planned on actually using the Robin in his Snyderverse and his Fight Story arc. So that was just like his reference to Easter egg to the fans. Look, that's what the suit was going to look like, the comic arc.
Right.
That
could be a reason as well. That's why it looks like that.
That's certainly plausible. Yeah.
Combo Craig says Batman got stabbed in BVS, so the suit doesn't really do shit. So what's the point? Besides, he did get stabbed right there in the warehouse.
In the shoulder.
Yeah,
like a boss, though. Yeah. Like a boss.
Yeah. Oh no. We're not trying to say he's we think any less of him for getting stabbed, but yeah, he took it like a boss. But the knife did go through the suit, so his
That's true.
Yeah.
It could make him more acrobatic. It could make him more limber.
He said make him more limber.
Limber lower now.
Oh, Jacob, what? See, what is it, Joss? You made me like this?
Take a pillowcase and fill it full of bars of soap and beat the shit out of you.
Oh shit. Fun fact: everybody watching probably has already seen this. You guys probably had. So we met up at Enosh's place. Enosh, we met up there for a weekend a few weeks ago, and me and Ryan, he has this big what is that, like a back?
It's a big couch. It's just
huge
sort of
couch.
like in a I don't know,
upside down
C
U
shape.
Yeah, C shape. So me and Ryan are both sleeping on both ends of this couch, and the last night we're there, we're running on fumes. We got like an hour of sleep before we got to head to the airport. I'm almost asleep, and all I hear is, "Hey Anthony." He's like, "I'm gonna fill a pillowcase full of bars of soap and beat the shit out of you." Oh man! Shouts out Enosh, Dawson, all your guys, man. Who we met that weekend. That was a fire weekend, man. So, let me get you guys' final thoughts. We'll start with you, Allie. Like, just something that nothing we've seen in anything that Zach has dropped. It. Just tell me something that you think we'll see next year in Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Okay, you said something we haven't seen yet?
Yeah, something we haven't. Okay. There.
Okay. All right. Gosh, there's just it's crazy because there's now that we're getting 4 hours, there's so much that we don't know what we don't know.
Yeah.
Which is good. Like I kind of want to keep it that way. Well, I'm gonna have to go with the other Kryptonian, since we were already talking about that. That's what I'm really like. I think we're gonna see another Kryptonian. I don't know if it's gonna be Kara, but I do think it will be somewhere along those lines. I think we'll see another Kryptonian.
I think they'll call her Grail.
Oh.
Yeah, I think that's what the fan theory was that Darkseid took her and she's like his Grail. Yeah, his daughter. But so I think we'll see her. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna see.
What about you, Viking? What are you either looking for? What do you think we'll see, or that you just want to see? I mean,
yeah.
Well, not what you want to see, because we want to see a lot of shit in the movie. So I'm not gonna say.
I want to see everything.
Yeah.
I want to see the 5-hour cut.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But like we're getting 2 hour or 240 plus minutes of footage. Like I've never had like a film that we've seen so much trailers from, so much stills, behind the scenes stuff, and we still don't know what the hell is going to happen in this movie or this series. You know, and it's brilliant. We know little things and stuff like that, but we don't know the context to certain scenes. That gets me absolutely excited even more. But I think, like back in 2017, the plan was Justice League comes out, and then Ben Affleck would have his Batman film a year or two after. Yeah. So I think, for me, a scene that was cut from the 2017 film was a tease towards that Batfleck Deathstroke fight. And there's a really cool GIF on Twitter. If you just type in Batman Deathstroke, the two of them are kind of circling each other about to fight. So I think that's something that we could see in the Snyder Cut, maybe as a cliffhanger for the final episode or a post-credit sequence, something like that. The two of them just circling around each other, getting ready to throw down and have a big fight. Then it cuts off, and maybe that'll tease us for maybe a Batfleck series to happen. But that's what I'd love to see in the Snyder Cut. Just a little, you think you're about to get a scene where the two of them are about to fight each other, and then it cuts off, and you're like, what? And then everybody's on Twitter like, HBO Max Batfleck series now. So
yeah,
that'd be cool.
Be the response.
Yeah.
What about you, Ryan? What you got?
Oh no, I mean, same like Sean. I want at the very end. I would love to see Lex Luthor hiring Deathstroke to go kill the Batman. I want to see the Flash, heading off and running back to Michael Keaton. I want to see, I want to see the Green Lantern Corps, sort of open up a little bit, for I guess the HBO Max short series or whatever it is, because no one knows what it's going to be anymore, because that was the first thing that they were touting on HBO Max. It was like, oh, hey, look, Green Lantern's going to be a thing on HBO Max.
Oh, yeah.
And then, Jeff Johns is out of the picture, so they're, having to reevaluate. And I'm assuming that they're trying to connect that universe with Zack Snyder's universe, going forward. So I'm definitely interested in seeing this thing play out and how it's going to set things up and what films are going to connect to it and what films are not going to connect to it and whatever it is. I mean, it's going to be fire. I want to see Henry Cavill Superman somehow end up in Shazam 2 or whatever, because it was teased at the end. So that'll give him something different to do, with a different sort of story or whatever that might not be connected to the Zack Snyder universe, but it is connected to the Zack Snyder universe because they reference the Zack Snyder universe all over Shazam. Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, I just want to see everything and what they're going to do. And I just want to let Cisco know, hey, I did see that you got one of these in the last stream. I saw the comment after the stream was over, but yeah, Cisco. I saw you.
Oh, nice.
I sold like 14 of those shirts. All the proceeds for those shirts go to AFSP.org. So I see $0, but you get an awesome t-shirt. You get to wear it. Support Ray Fisher as he's going through all this crazy bullshit that he has to. So yeah. But yeah, that's what I want to see. That's what I'm so much looking forward to. And I want to know, when is it going to be playing in IMAX? When can I get myself a physical copy? What is it going to look like? How is it going to be presented? Like a steel book, or is it going to be something like super huge, heavy? What sort of extras? I want to see the behind the scenes of all this stuff. I want to see the extras that Zach shot and behind the scenes and all that. I don't really care about all the drama that happened, with the other man that I won't mention, but I want to see all the behind the scenes stuff that went on when Zach was in charge. I think that would be amazing.
And for me, I don't know if this is what we're gonna see. This would be absolute fire to see this, but
the space and just be like dead. And so okay, so there's always they had 2 windows, right, to do the jump, and Cyborg says which of these 2 windows do you think we should use? And Bruce was like, well, what window would you have put me through if you didn't ask? And he's like, this one. And then he's like, use the other one. Because that one you already did, and it was the wrong one. Barry Allen was in my freaking Batcave yelling at me about nonsense. You need to put him through that other one, because that's the one that because he had to jump right before Darkseid boom tubes into the Batcave to murder Lois, so you have to anyway. So that was the window that he had to
Yeah. Epic.
That video gets me every time, just because after he gets done, he's like, so anyway.
Yes, always.
I'm like, yo, you just killed everybody in the audience. Yeah, you just murdered everybody there with that that little statement.
Well, they did have, or Sean had, not this Sean, but Sean O'Connell had Amy on an interview yesterday.
Yes, yesterday.
And it was a great interview. But I don't know if because she's an actress. I don't know, but she was surprised that this thing was coming out. Or whatever. Well, and that she's been contacted, because everyone has to be contacted, because they're releasing, their likeness again out on another project that hasn't been released, prior to or whatever. So she's aware of it. But it didn't sound like she did any reshoots. So I'm assuming that that's saved for part 2.
Oh, yeah. Because he said it. When his notorious post, I use gods to kill gods. So and he put the CG, I guess the unrendered footage, or the picture of Diana in the air supposedly cutting Steppenwolf's head off, instead of the ending that we got in the yeah, he does. But it's so, I guess and then somebody made a picture of the boom tube, and at the end was Darkseid with his foot on Steppenwolf's head, and Zach replied to that with, that sounds about right, or something like that. So that's probably the end, if so. I don't know if that's what's going to happen, but that would be, and then if he gets to tell the rest of the story, then that's when you see some Darkseid boom tubing in and killing Lois. So
cool. You can imagine he just crushed Steppenwolf's head, just stood on it
like a grape.
and it's
and it's going to be left off, with cliffhangers and all that. It's gonna leave you wanting more. Yeah, and then Sean's gonna have to hashtag make make
Another
the next Snyder Cut
Part
or
two.
something. Well, I'm sure Sean will come up with something better. But
Extend it.
yeah, extend the Snyder Cut. Yeah, there you go. There you go. So you got it.
Like
Yeah,
So-
then-
Snyderverse.
the GTA line. Oh shit! Here we go again.
Yeah, right.
Well,
Oh,
you
man.
guys should know that storyboard that says like 5 years later,
Oh,
and
with,
it
Jim
shows
Lee.
like and it shows like the basically apocalyptic
Yeah.
world.
Basically, what
I
we
think-
see in his trailer. at
Yeah.
the beginning.
half of
Yeah, but I
half of
think that-
Cyborg is being held with
Yes.
by Flash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we will see Nightmare stuff obviously in the 4 hours, the main episode content. But I think that we might end with like, oh, everything's, hey, they defeated Steppenwolf, whatever. They see they see the boom tube, Darkseid's there. But I think that because Flash has to time travel at some point.
Mhm.
I mean, he's time traveling for some reason.
Zach refuses to talk about that shit.
Good. I don't want him to.
Yeah,
I don't want him to
I'm
talk about
God,
it.
he was like,
Yeah.
I'm not going to talk to you about that.
No, I'm not
I was like,
touching this.
yep, that's the part.
I don't want him
where
to.
he
Yeah,
leaves.
I don't want him to talk about it. But I think that 5 years later whole thing, when we see another part of the Nightmare, I think that's like kind of what it's going to end with,
It'd be cool if like.
and it's
Bruce
going to
got another-
show.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
I think that it's kind of going to show like, okay, yeah, they defeated Steppenwolf, all this stuff, and we're still going to see them, obviously standing there all together, but that has to come in somewhere. And I don't think it's going to like be in the middle and then continue after that. I think it's going to kind of end that way, because he was saying that his intentions are the same, the way he shot it back a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, he doesn't seem to be 100%. He kind of says, I mean, he has said, I don't want to assume, I don't have expectations that they're going to ask me to do more.
Yeah.
But I do still kind of think that, I mean, he didn't say that they're not going to end on a cliffhanger. So I think that it might.
Yeah. No, yeah,
And
he's right. They do want you to come back for more.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, McLovin. They said, I don't know that 5 years later stuff was a spoiler. Yeah, kind of. I was just so excited to see Jim Lee. Yeah, seeing some Jim Lee storyboard shit is fire.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah. So, Allie, before we bounce, we're getting close into the 2 hour mark. Let me get your final thoughts on everything we talked about tonight, and tell everybody where they can find you. And
Okay. Yeah, it's been really exciting. It's been awesome that I was, this year we finally had something that we could celebrate, not just for us as fans, but for Zach. And I would say, like, imagine, like, if fans feel the way we do, and that we've been like pushing for this all this time, and doing this whole worldwide movement. If we feel the way we feel, like, I can't even imagine how they feel, how Zach feels. The cast, everyone that has like supported him from the crew and everyone that works with him, I can't imagine how they feel. It must be like awesome. And I love when he was talking about this promise that he made to the cast. Like, that was one of his big reasons why he decided to go through with it.
Like that, yeah.
I love that. And so it's just awesome that we finally, like, I think one of the big things was that we just wanted to know, like, all this time that we were like pushing for it, they wouldn't say anything. Like, they wouldn't say yes or no. People were coming out and being like, oh, Warner Brothers is not going to do it anytime soon. But they wouldn't say anything officially. Like, just come out and acknowledge the fan base that's like making this so loud, Warner Brothers wouldn't say anything. They wouldn't acknowledge it. Yeah. So I think we just wanted to know, like, just tell us yes or no, is this going to ever happen? So now that when we finally found out, like, now this in May, we finally found out, we're like, okay, it's still next year, but we know we're going to get it. I think that was just like, well, all we were asking for. And now this November 17th, we finally had something to celebrate. And like Zach always says, it went beyond the movie itself. It developed, a greater cause behind it.
Yeah.
So I just think it's been so awesome to be a part of it and to see all this happen. And I'm so excited for Zach. I love that he's interacting with, fans so much, and just kind of like leaving the big name media to the side. I love that he's kind of promoting everything and just with the fans that, have supported him this whole time. And that's awesome. So it's been really cool. and I just want to see like maybe one more trailer and that's it. I don't want to see like too much, like
No.
it's exciting, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I just want to be like going through a roller coaster when I watch it. So
if he does trailers,
it's awesome.
no dialogue, just give me some visuals, and I can kind of pretend like I can see what
I did like
or whatever,
that.
but just
Rosno's
no dialogue so we can start fitting things in like a puzzle,
Yeah. But anyway, you can find me on Twitter at SuperHiveDC, and my YouTube channel is SuperHive also. So, yeah.
Nice,
thanks for having me on, though.
nice.
It's been fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's great. Thanks for coming. It's been awesome. Akbar, Rosno is working on something for me that's fire. So you'll see that shit in a couple weeks. Oh. And Brian, man, final thoughts on the evening and going forward.
There you go. Well, yeah. Hey, thanks for having me on the panel, and it was so interesting hearing these perspectives from everyone tonight. And yeah, that's about it. I mean, thanks.
Yeah, I'll be talking to you in the morning.
I'd rather hear what Sean has to say. I mean,
Viking.
I mean, I really don't have too much more to add. I mean, I had fun with the conversation. It was great. Yeah. And I subscribed to Super Hive and got her on Twitter and all that. So that's all. I know. And hey, I'm gonna check out your videos and hear some more. So that'd be cool. And I mean, I'm already following Sean here, and he's putting out some fire, tweets and things like that, and it's great, man. I mean, it's awesome. Yes.
He's laughing at her.
Thick fillet.
Kevin, you ain't the only one that's peeped out. Is that on your T stream? You selling those on your website? Thick fillet shirts.
It's not mine. It's not mine. But people do bring it to my attention if I have it on in the video because I tend to wear it a lot. And everyone's like, "Is that Chick-fil-A?" And I'm like, "No." But even if it was, I'd still wear it. It says thick fillet.
Yeah.
Viking, man. Final thoughts in about this evening and going forward.
Yeah, thanks very much for having me on. I really appreciate it. I love coming on these streams. I love discussing DC and movies with people because film is subjective. We all have different opinions, and it's good that we can talk about it in a respectful way. And the guys in the comments can come in and give their take. So I love this interaction, and it's good to have these interactions, especially in a time of a pandemic or lockdowns and stuff like that, where you can't have as much. But I'm looking forward to the Snyder Cut series, and I even did a video yesterday on my own channel, but it'll probably come out tomorrow about how unique Zack Snyder's Justice League is. I haven't come up with a title yet, but like we're getting a 4-part series, then we're getting a colored version of the film, then we're getting a black and white version of the film, then we're getting possibly Blu-rays, then we're getting theatrical experiences in some places. So this is 4K.
Just
and then 8K.
VHS.
Betamax.
He's gonna release it on. He's gonna release it on reels of film.
He's gonna release it on laser disc.
Laser disc, yeah.
There's an
reality
anime version coming.
J.O. Lee is hard at work.
So it's pretty cool, and I can't wait. I can't wait, and I'm so happy for the cast and crew that this is finally happening.
Yes.
It's great. And like I even seen a lovely image there today on Vero, and this was back in 2017, and it was the cast of Justice League with kids who are in wheelchairs and kids who are sick and stuff like that. And I thought to myself, like that's what it's all about, that kind of thing right there. Because like we may shit on the Justice League 2017 film and we don't like it and stuff like that, but there was little kids that went into that film and they enjoyed it, and they don't know the behind the scenes drama, they don't know the Snyder Cut, they don't know things like that. And I thought to myself, there's kids out there who actually really like this film. So I always put myself in perspective of Henry Cavill. He's supposed to embody Superman. So for him to come out and shit on the Justice League film in 2017 wouldn't look good for his character as Superman, because he knows there's kids out there who would have loved that film. So that's kind of my perspective. That's how I've changed over time. Before I would have shit and said that's terrible and all this stuff. But now I kind of look at it and think I should be careful who I say that around, because there could be kids out there that really love that film. So I think that's just a thought for all of us to have. And like with this, we're getting what we wanted now. The Snyder Cut's coming, so let's just enjoy the Snyder Cut and forget the 2017 version. And the people that like it, the kids that like it, can enjoy that, and we can look forward to the 4-part series and the movie, which I think is unbelievable, and we get to all share that experience together. But that's my thought. But you can find me on Twitter at MovieBuff100, Instagram Movies That Matter, Facebook Movies That Matter, and also my YouTube channel Movies That Matter. And guys, come and talk to me in DMs, come and engage with me, talk with me. I never refuse anybody. I always want to talk about stuff, so come on in and we'll talk about the one thing we love, which is movies.
Oh yeah,
nice. And as for me, same thing. You guys basically said it all. It's we're getting the movie next year. We should all be happy about that. And we'll look forward to every single drop, anything Zach's gonna put out. We're gonna be thirsting for it. But
no, I see what you did there.
Nah, but yeah. So my feelings are the same. You guys said it better than I probably can. Viking, man, it's been a pleasure. I know when I knew I was going to stream tonight. Normally, our good friend Dawson, who is on vacation, normally streams on Saturdays. So we always jump on his shit and we stream and have a good time. So I was like, I'll jump on here and stream tonight. The same way Ryan is going to take over Happy Chat on Monday. Right. Hey, make sure you have the graphics and all, dude.
Yeah. It's gonna be one hell of a Happy Chat.
Yeah. And so I jumped in and when I was this morning, I was talking to Ryan and we were talking back and forth about a thumbnail or whatever. I thought about you because I saw the tweet. And I was like, oh, yeah, it's the anniversary. I retweeted him over. And I didn't know because I didn't know what your time zone was or whatever. I was like, I'll just send him a message and see if he wants to come on. And, of course, you replied back really fast. You were like, hell yeah, I'll come on. I was like, fuck yes. So it's so great to talk to you on this day, just considering what that hashtag has meant to all of us really as far as Snyder Cut fans go. So I appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
And you're welcome back anytime to the show. You need to come on 4 Nerds at some point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. The show that me and Ryan and Dawson and Nicotina do on.
Oh yeah, I watch it. I watch it a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good.
Oh, nice. So yeah, you're more than welcome. Whenever you want to be a guest, let us know and we'll put you on there. Shouts out Allie. I don't know if you're still watching. I'm glad we've been talking about getting together, and I thought about her earlier today too when I was putting this thing together. What is this, man? What is this? What is this? Nicotina.
Oh well, I understand that.
What?
What?
No. You're the next. Krypton was good. What is this? Oh, clapping cheeks. Yeah, that's what.
Oh yeah, stepping cheeks.
Stepping cheeks, man. Fire Street Night. Appreciate it, well, man. Appreciate you stopping by, Akbar. Everybody in the chat, thank you for stopping by. Everybody who came and watched this. Even if you were just here for 5 minutes.
I won't talk about his height.
Oh man, Akbar, I appreciate you stopping by. Car was they got this show late. Hey, good. Hey, appreciate you stopping by, Cisco. So yeah, everybody in the chat, everybody stopped by, even if you watched for 5-10 minutes and had to bounce. I appreciate you nonetheless. Hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed to these fine gentlemen as well as myself, and see you guys next time.